Hello everyone and welcome to POL 361. My name is Dr. Christina LaPlante and I am really looking forward to the semester I have planned for all of you guys. This is my cat, Charles. He's going to be consistently interrupting the lecture, so good to get that out of the way the first few seconds of the video. So today in this lecture, I kind of just want to go over some of the course expectations, the syllabus, things like that, what to expect for the course format That's enough. So as you know, this is a hybrid course, and what that means is that your course content, your weekly course content, your lectures, those are going to be delivered asynchronously. So I'm going to record the lectures for the content that we're discussing that week. I'm going to post it on Canvas. You're going to watch it, you're going to synthesize it, and then you're going to come to class on Thursday. And that's where we're going to, engage in some applied learning. So this is really the you might have heard of this referred to as the flipped classroom model, where you're learning the material at home. You're reading the chapters from the book, you're watching the video lectures, and then we're engaging in applied learning in the classroom. So we're applying what you've learned through some type of experiential activity or assignment or something like that. So I think that this is actually going to be a really superb way for introducing you guys to political science research methodology and data analysis. You will notice as we get through later parts in the semester, week 7, week 8, week 9, we start talking way more about statistics and statistical inferences, and we're, calculating standard deviations and correlation coefficients and things like that. And that can be a little overwhelming, especially if you don't have a big background in math. And I think that recording how these equations work and taking you step by step in a video lecture is actually going to be way more beneficial than doing it in person, because some people just have different ways of learning material, and while you might feel a little self-conscious about raising your hand and saying, oh, I don't really understand how we, why is there a 2 over here? Where did this 2 come from in this equation? I think what's really great about having these videos on YouTube is that you can rewind, you can keep watching, and say, oh, okay, I just missed that one little step. And there's going to be weekly discussion boards that are optional for you to just share your questions or things like that. So there's an opportunity for everybody to feel heard. At any rate, I think that this hybrid course format is going to be really advantageous. I know, I'm really missing the face-to-face courses as well. It is so incredibly awkward just staring at the webcam and talking for 30 minutes to an hour and not getting any responses. But so far, my online courses have gone really great. So I'm confident that we're going to have a really great time together. But, one thing you just got to reiterate is that communication is key for courses like this. So I'll be responsive to your emails. I will get those back to you in a timely manner. I tend to avoid email on the weekends. If you have an assignment that's due on Monday, right, I'll do my best to try and answer emails that you send on Sunday. I try to, have practice a little bit of a work-life balance, but there is no such thing as a silly question, okay? So as one of my professors once told me when I was an undergraduate, the only stupid question is not asking a question, which doesn't really make any sense, but I think the fact that it doesn't make sense is why it stuck with me. Anyways, I'm not going to try to make these lectures too terribly long, because we're going to have tons of opportunities to talk about things in class together, so I'm really excited to meet all of you guys in person on Thursday. I'd love for you guys to go ahead and take advantage of the self-introduction discussion board that I've got posted up, just because it's going to help me learn who you are and kind of what your research agenda is, and it'll be nice for me to have a record of that on Canvas. But as you can see, I've already got the course Canvas page pulled up. So what I wanted to do today was just use this as an opportunity to run through the syllabus. And if you have any questions at all, please post those in the Q&A or, write those down and bring them to class on Thursday. So each week, this is what you're going to see. And at this point, you're probably painfully familiar with the Canvas course layout. Hopefully, this is the model that all of your professors have been using while we've been learning from home. But this is your week 1 module. And as we go on week to week throughout the semester, you will see, a list of modules throughout the course page. And all you have to do is open up that module. Click on the welcome page, so the first page in the module, and this is what you will expect every single week. So I'll give you a little introduction of what we're talking about this week. You're going to see the bullet points for what you need to do. These are, basically your to-do list. And then all you have to do is click next at the bottom of the page and proceed through all of your weekly tasks. So I try to make that super transparent and consistent. So every single week, the format is exactly the same. It's very organized. And that way nobody misses an assignment, and nothing is a surprise, right, or confusing. So I really hope that you like the design and the layout and the organization of this class. And I hope that keeps you on track. Do you see that? My goodness. Can you stop? Stop for a minute. Actually, let me let him out real quick. I actually didn't realize you were in here. Go. Bye. All right. Wonderful. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, just expect that to I have 3 dogs, I have a cat, so it's just, it's really fun. Really fun working from home. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide. This is the course syllabus, I believe. Yes. Okay, so I just want to walk you through the course syllabus, specifically the assignments, things that are due, my expectations, the tentative course schedule, all those things that we like to be very aware of on the first day of class. So first of all, here's my contact information. My office is located in Wimberley 423B, and my office hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Obviously, if none of those times work for you, just send me an email and we can schedule something outside of those times. But if those time frames do work for you, you don't have a pre-existing commitment, what I like to encourage my students to do is to click here, schedule a meeting with me. That takes you directly to my Calendly page. And what I like about this is that we don't have to wait, for a back and forth of, oh, can you do Friday at 1:30? No, not really. Okay, what about Thursday at 4? You can just go straight here to my Calendly page. And I like to make the distinction, if you want an in-person meeting or a virtual meeting, I'm happy to accommodate either. But say you want a 15-minute in-person meeting, all you do is click on this button here, and then my schedule will populate. So if a date is blue like this, that means I have open time slots. Maybe it's Tuesday, and then here's all the times. So all these times are available. You click it. I think you get a confirmation code, and then it integrates with an event directly to my calendar, so everyone is on the same page about when the meeting is. I really like this tool. So please use Calendly to schedule meetings with me. Again, you can click it directly here in Canvas and go to that page. I'm not going to talk too much about the course description and learning objectives in this video. I think this is kind of what I want to talk about on Thursday to get you guys thinking about what gives you passion in political science. I think maybe 99% of students in this course are political science major. Maybe just 1 or 2 that aren't political science, but as a political scientist famously said, what is politics? Well, politics is who gets what, when, and how. And we all want things, right? And we all spend a considerable amount of resources trying to get those things. So politics really is everywhere. And it is embedded in every aspect of culture. People, trying to get things. Sometimes more things than others. That's a whole other story though. The point of the matter is that I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm not really, super into politics. So the fact that I have to write some political science research paper gives me a lot of anxiety. I mean, don't worry about that. Again, politics is embedded in every aspect of culture and society. So I have no doubt that we'll be able to find you a research paper that you're really passionate about. Another thing that I want to say just before we get too much into the course is that the way that I teach this class is I assume you have no background in, mathematics or algebra or statistical analyses. I do expect you to be able to add and subtract and multiply and divide, but beyond that, it's a blank slate. And I know that Stat 145 is a prerequisite for this course. But I will be teaching it as if, assuming no one has any mathematical expertise, okay? So I want to try to squash those worries at the very beginning of the course. Do not worry if you are not a math person. We're more concerned about theory, the theory and like kind of the concepts and constructs behind the equations, not necessarily why the equation is the way that it is, if that makes any sense. But don't worry about the math. It might be intimidating, but we're gonna get through it together, and I promise you it's not as bad as some of you might be worrying, okay? Let's see. Okay, so yeah, the primary purpose of this course, I'm not going to talk about the learning descriptions, and here I am talking all about that. The primary purpose of this course, though, is to prepare you to be a political scientist, to be someone who can conduct their own independent research, collect data, and make assessments and inferences about that data that you have collected. And that is a skill that is transferable to almost any career. And I've seen some of you have already filled out the Qualtrics survey. I've seen lawyer, I've seen policy analyst, I've seen teacher, and the collection of data and the analysis of data is something that is inherent kind of in all of those professions. I think once we get through the class, I think you'll be surprised to find, how simple and nuanced data collection can be. And the survey that I have for you guys, that I think I'm asking you to complete that by Tuesday evening. I'm recording this video lecture on Monday. So have that Qualtrics pre-course assessment survey, have that finished by Tuesday evening so I can kind of compile and analyze your results, and then I'm going to kind of use that as an example on Thursday just to talk about how simple data collection and assessment can be. But at any rate, I think that this is one of the most important courses you will take as a political science major, even as a college student. I don't mean to inflate my ego, but I think this is perhaps the most important course you will take throughout your college career, because the skills that we learn in this course, how to properly ask the right types of research questions. It's not as simple as just knowing these are databases that exist and where I can go look up some numbers and things like that. But these are skills that help you develop, arguments, opinions, learn how to ask appropriate questions and to follow through on those questions and make those inferences and assessments. And I often joke that this class is really awesome for people who want to get entrenched in really hardcore Twitter debates. I have really mixed feelings about Twitter and its usefulness, but I think one thing that's interesting is the degree of academic debate that goes on that platform. And, people are always pulling these statistics from these different sources and using that to bolster their argument. And what's funny is that when you know the fundamentals of research design and data analysis, they're using the right words, but they're they rarely use them appropriately. So this class will teach you how to engage in really extraordinary academic Twitter debates or Reddit debates if that's something that you're interested in. But all right, enough of belaboring the point. I'm just excited. This is my favorite class to teach. I think it's so foundational for what you will do as a college student. Again, we'll talk way more about this on Thursday, but I do want to encourage everyone to consider how this course fits into, the narrative of your college and career trajectory, and to write about something in this course that makes you really passionate. I noticed in the Qualtrics survey that I think no one at this point, maybe 7 or 8 of you have already completed the survey, but no one has ever collected their own data as a part of their own unique, voice in their research papers. And that's what this course is all about. And I want you to consider the classes that you have taken and the classes that you plan to take, and where does this course situate for you in the point of your college career that you're at now. And what I really want to do is encourage you guys, if you're passionate about research and you really like the topics that you come up with in this class, I'm teaching senior capstone next semester in the fall, and that is a phenomenal opportunity for you to take the research that you do in this class and really knock it out of the ballpark in the next semester, and get even more familiar with the literature and the research on that topic. I cannot tell you how many students take the research projects that they write for me in this class specifically, and they go on to use that as their writing sample for when they apply to graduate school or to law school. And based upon the survey results, that seems to be something that a lot of you guys are really interested in. So again, I guess we'll talk more about this on Thursday, but right out the gate, that's something that I want you guys thinking about, where this course fits into your kind of college narrative, what you want to do with your life, where you want to go after UWL, and really use this as a opportunity to carve out space for you in this world, and have your voice heard and share your unique ideas and your creativity and your passion for, why you're a political science major, or why you're, here in general. I don't mean to alienate my non-political science majors in the class, but we're all here because we're passionate about something. This is your opportunity, this class right here, to really make your mark on it. So I'm just super excited to be teaching this class this semester. This is your required textbook, Johnson et al. You'll see that in the syllabus. It is this book right here. Okay, only one book. As you know, the course is delivered in a hybrid format, so just to be sure that we're all on the same page, video lectures are posted on Tuesdays. It is my expectation that you will watch the video lecture. Try to make it a habit to watch the video lecture to come to class, when we're scheduled. So 12:40 p.m. on Tuesday, just hop on the computer, watch the video lecture, complete the module, or make notes of what you need to do before Thursday's class. And at least for this week, what that means is watching the video lecture, reviewing the syllabus, making sure you understand what's expected of you. Introduce yourself in the Q&A. Tell me about your research ideas and things like that, so I can get to know you a little bit better and take that survey. And I think that is all you need to do for Thursday. You could read chapter 2. I think chapter 2 is the week 1 reading. I would encourage you to do that before Thursday if you can, but if you can't, I think it's fine to get the readings done after Thursday, depending on the weekly assignments. I would say moving forward, week 2, week 3, week 4, you're going to want to be getting those readings done early in the week, because in class on Thursday, that's when we use that time as an opportunity for applied experiential learning. So if you didn't do the reading and you didn't watch the video and you come to class on Thursday, it's not really going to make a lot of sense. And one thing that I will caution you guys with, this is extremely important, this class moves fast, and everything that we learn each week is a building block for new material. So if you don't understand the fundamentals of measurement, or you don't understand the fundamentals of sampling, and then all of a sudden we're getting to standard deviations and we're making inferences about differences of means, and we're talking about z-scores, and it all of a sudden becomes extremely overwhelming, because you don't have that foundational knowledge to go week to week to week where these terms would make sense. So again, I don't mean that to sound scary, but it is really, really critical that you keep yourself accountable in this class. You just cannot go a week or 2 weeks and just check out and say, I'm not really feeling it this week. I'll catch up with it, next week. You really got to push yourself to stay accountable. And that's what I'm hoping the Thursday classes in particular will serve as an accountability measure. Come to class on Thursday, come prepared. Some days we're going to do, in-class homework assessments together. I guess this is a good point to go into the grades, right? You will have a homework journal. So almost every day, or every week, you will get some type of paper assignment from me. And this is just going to go into a binder that you have, that it's a collection of the weekly assignments that we do in class on Thursday. And then I will collect those at 2 separate dates, March 4th and April 8th. I think that those are both Thursdays, so you turn those in at the beginning of class. And again, it's just a collection of the assignments that we do together in class. So a very easy grade there, keeps you accountable. It's a major incentive to come to the Thursday classes. You really can't afford to skip classes here. And we're only coming in 1 day a week, so I hope that that's manageable for everybody. And also, I just want to make it clear, if the pandemic continues to worsen and we have to go to 100% remote learning, that's okay. We will do synchronous courses on Thursday, and we'll keep doing everything will stay mainly the same, but instead of coming in class to the computer lab, and don't forget our classroom is Wing 6. So if something happens throughout the semester where we can no longer meet in person in the computer lab, obviously course expectations will be adjusted. If you don't have access to SPSS, which we will be using much later in the semester, adjustments will be made, but I would just plan for things to carry on this semester. All right, and then we have a midterm and a final exam. So the midterm exam is on March 18th. That will be in class on Thursday, and that'll cover the first 6 or 7 weeks of class. And then you will have your final exam, which will cover the remaining 7 weeks of class. And within all of that, you've also got your research paper assignment, and this is the big one. This is what you are working on for the entire semester, starting with picking a topic. So that's due, I think your research paper topic is due, I guess, at week 3. Don't quote me on that, but February 18th, I'm pretty sure that's week 3. You will also have to be working on your building your data set. So looking at different sources that you want to steal data from. That sounds like plagiarism. Don't quote me on that. But you'll be incorporating data from different sources into a master spreadsheet that will be your data set, and that's going to be due on April 1st. Your progress report is due pretty close towards the end of the semester, April 15th. I'm not sure which week that is specifically, but that's kind of like a first draft, and that's going to be an opportunity for you to show me how much progress you've made on your introduction, on your literature review, on your data and methods section of your paper, and then like the final few weeks of the course, we're just going to be in the computer lab. I'm going to be helping everyone work through different modeling techniques for their data. We'll get way more into that later throughout the semester when these terms start to make sense. And then your final research paper is due May 7th. But a really nice scaffolding of assignments on your research paper. Again, that's just to make sure that you're accountable and you're making good progress on this paper throughout the course. The worst thing is to
have the idea or the notion that this is an assignment that you can complete, the night before or a couple days before it's due. This is a whole different beast, especially if you don't have a whole lot of experience with analyzing or summarizing peer-reviewed journals. It's a very different style of writing than, Google searching different news articles about various, issues or events. This is a whole different beast, and it's going to take some time to learn what's expected and to get some practice doing it and doing it well. But again, this is just such an important skill to possess. I think it's a really fun opportunity in your college career to invest all of this energy into a topic that you're really passionate about. So I truly hope you do enjoy writing the research paper. It will be challenging, but I will be there with you every step of the way to make sure everybody does superbly. Okay. If you want more information on the assignments, I have little descriptions here in the syllabus. So here's more information about the homework journal, the midterm, the final, the research paper. Again, these are your milestone deadlines. So I would be sure to put those in a planner or put those in your phone or something. Again, I will inundate you guys with announcements and emails and information in the weekly modules to let you know, don't forget, your data set's due next week on April 1st. Don't forget to get that done. So there should be, lots of different points that you're being reminded what's due and when, but it's always a good idea to write these down in a planner or something so nothing creeps up on you. I do want to make the late work policy super transparent here before we move on. I understand that COVID continues to present significant challenges to people, especially those of you who might be parents or caring for a loved one or a family member. I understand that burden and that strain that places on you. With that being said, we still have to adhere to some type of accountability measures throughout the semester. Life doesn't stop, so you've got to, you got to keep going, and when assignments due, it's due. But it is very important to me to be as flexible as possible. And that is why I have a 1 point per day late penalty, point penalty for assignments throughout this course. So basically what that means is that if you are 4 days late submitting an assignment, that means that it's a 4-point deduction, 1 point for each day that it's late. And what I really like about being on UWL's A, B, B, BC grading system is that, let's say you wrote a paper or did an assignment that was like a solid 98. That was obviously an A+ paper and it was 4 days late. So instead of a 98, it becomes a 94. Again, this is assuming that it was a completely perfect, flawless assignment. But look at that. 98 to 94, that's still in the A range. So really, you have turned in an assignment 4 days late, and it's had no significant impact on your grade. Now, obviously, that requires a lot of confidence that it's going to be an A+ paper, and you can imagine situations where that might become a little bit more of a risk. Like, yeah, that might have been definitely not my best work. I don't know, if I had to grade it, maybe that was an 85 or an 84 assignment, and then you turn that in several days late. Well, then you're in the territory of, that assignment becoming a BC paper instead of a B paper. So my point is that please do your absolute best to turn in assignments when they are due. But if you are feeling that strain, or you got something going on, it's okay. It's okay to turn in those assignments a couple days late. I definitely don't want to get those emails profusely apologizing that I know this assignment was due at 11:59 p.m. and I know it's 12:30, but my computer caught on fire and the windows blew off of my house, and that doesn't even make sense. But it's okay. I don't need to get those emails from you guys. It's totally fine. If an assignment's, if you upload an assignment at 12:30 in the morning instead of 11:59 p.m., I'm not the kind of professor that's going to be a stickler on that, okay? Now when it's 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and the assignment's late, obviously there's a difference there, but I don't want to be a stickler for deadlines and things like that. I've got this super flexible policy. I just want you guys to succeed and do well and do your best, and I hope that this late work policy gives you some confidence and some a little bit of flexibility as things in the semester, they can be unpredictable, right? So I hope that this puts some minds at ease. It's okay if something comes up and your assignment has to be a little bit late. And then I do want to just take that as an opportunity to let you guys know that the primary reason that I'm here is to make sure that you guys are successful. So if anything is coming up in your life, or you're going through, you've got some personal issue or some professional issue that's weighing on you mentally, or emotionally, don't hesitate to just shoot me an email and say, you know what, I'm not feeling my best, and I think it's going to start affecting my work, and I wanted to be proactive and let you know. Professors will really appreciate that when you do that, because what we don't like is the situation where, you've ghosted us and 2 weeks have gone by, and then all of a sudden, we get the email, I know I haven't been participating in class the last 2 weeks. I need to make up some assignments. Can we do that? And, I'm obviously going to do everything in my power to accommodate you, but it's much easier to be proactive about these situations. So if you can, if you start feeling like you're getting behind, just email me and let me know. It's, you got nothing to lose, right? That's the way I like to put it. You got nothing to lose. So, just reach out if you need anything. And if I can't help you, I will absolutely 100% make a referral to someone in the Office of Student Success. We have some very amazing people here. If you need help with studying tips or time management, or, you just need someone to talk to, there are amazing certified clinical psychiatrists here, so lots of amazing people to talk to. So my major point with everything going on in the world right now, and being in quarantine or social physical distancing for almost a year now, I understand that these things take a toll. So don't hesitate to reach out. And again, if I can't help you, I will do my best to find someone who can. That's a good segue into the COVID health statement. Obviously, if you are feeling ill, do not come to the in-person class sessions. If you feel like you are experiencing COVID-19 symptoms, we want to contain that as much as possible. So, make sure you get tested, and keep me up to date if you're feeling symptomatic and need to miss class. Controlling the spread of this virus is obviously the top priority this semester. So just, be aware of that, be aware of your peers. And if you are sick, just let me know. Okay. Hopefully that is not the case for anyone. There's also a variety of UWL policies and statements here. This video has already gone on for way too long, so I will just leave this to you guys. Obviously, plagiarism is going to be a major consideration in a class like this where you're writing your own research paper. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about what is plagiarism and what is not plagiarism, and appropriate ways to cite material or to paraphrase material. I think maybe week 3 or week 4 we'll be talking about that in class together. But just what I want to say on the first day of class is just quote everything, cite everything. You'll learn as you advance in your college career, and if you're interested in graduate school, you cite everything. And when you write a research paper in graduate school, it's not uncommon for a 14-page research paper to have 8 or 9 pages of citations. Just cite everything. That is the safest way to make sure that you do not plagiarize somebody else's work. But again, we're gonna talk a lot about that and make sure that plagiarism is not a major concern for anyone. But academic honesty and things of that nature are obviously considerations in a class where you're doing a lot of intellectual contribution and things like that. And obviously, if blatant plagiarism is found in any of your assignments or your research paper, those things, those violations of this code of student conduct have to be reported, and that's very unpleasant for everyone. So I would just blanket statement: don't plagiarize. It's not worth it. Just a couple important ones that I do want to touch on. Names and pronouns. If you have a different name than what's on the class roster, or specific pronoun that you'd like to be referred to, just shoot me an email and let me know, and I will put that in my records and make sure to refer to you by your preferred name and preferred pronoun. This class also participates in the progress report online system here. So basically what that means is, most of you are pretty familiar with by this point, is that if I just notice that you're struggling or you kind of ghost early in the semester and I don't hear from you from 2-3 weeks and you're not responding to my messages, we're just going to get the folks at Student Success a heads up and just do everything that we can to just get you back on track. So this is really just a measure to make sure everyone is get the same chance of success in the course, right? Student evaluations, we will talk about that much later in the semester. Please always, regardless of who your professor is, always fill out your SEIs. They are so important for your faculty in helping us make courses better for you. Your feedback is always very much appreciated. What else? Netiquette. Obviously be respectful and courteous. We're not doing a whole lot of online discussion and engagement, so that really shouldn't be much of an issue, but this is certainly something to keep in mind if you're taking other classes that are primarily online. And then here we've got the tentative course schedule. So this is subject to change. Again, semesters and things that happen in life are often spontaneous. You never know what's going to happen, so the schedule is subject to change. I don't anticipate it changing, but here's just kind of a overview of what to expect week to week. It's always a good idea to be very familiar with this page of the syllabus and come back frequently. Again, I'm always going to post in the weekly modules what's expected of you and what's due. And if you've got a big assignment due the following week, I'll be sure to make a note in the week 2 module. Hey guys, don't forget, week 4, there's a really big assignment that's due. So I want you guys to be thinking about that and get that done and everything like that. We got some articles to read. This one's going to be really fun. This one is about guns. States that allow the concealed carrying of firearms on college campuses. This is an article that I just published last month. So we'll talk about guns, right? Gun policy is always a super interesting research topic. We've got so we're going to be analyzing 2 articles. So this is really just to give you some exposure to what political science research looks like. The Gerber et al. 2008 research paper is a really fascinating experimental design about why people vote, and basically, can you shame people into voting? So it's a super fun article. What else? We got some good stuff, you guys. I'm really excited. I always love teaching this class. People get so passionate about their research topics. It's really fun. I think as long as you stay on top of your weekly assignments, which, is really not too much. You got your homework journal, you got a midterm, a final, and you got a research paper. All of these things and everything that you're doing in your homework journal is applicable to your research paper. And, all of these assignments really speak to each other and help you become a better researcher, a better political scientist, a better college student. So I'm sorry about my voice. I've had what is this? Like my 4th cup of coffee. So a little too much coffee today, but that's okay. I'm just going to wrap it up here. I know that that's a long video. Please, if you have any questions, any burning questions, go ahead and post those in the Q&A and introduce yourself. I'm really excited to meet you guys. I am so looking forward to our class on Thursday. It's been a minute since I was in the classroom with students, so don't forget your mask, please. I don't want to have any awkward conversations about mask wearing. We're political scientists. We know how politicized mask wearing has been. It's not just for you, it's for everyone around you. So let's all mask up, keep your distance in the classroom when we're meeting in person on Thursday. And I'm just really excited. So I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know in the discussion board if you have any questions. And until then, have a great week, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye.